Napoleon Hill was hiding something. In 1908, a 26-year-old journalist walked into the office of the richest man on earth. Andrew Carnegie, steel tycoon. The man who turned raw iron into $100 million. Carnegie looked at this young reporter, broke, unknown, nobody, and said something that would take the next 20 years to fully understand. He said, "I want you to interview 500 of the most successful people alive. Find the secret, write it down, teach it to the world." Andrew Carnegie, that journalist's name was Napoleon Hill. And what he found changed everything, not because it was complicated, but because it was the opposite of everything you've been told. You've been told that success is about working harder, waking up earlier, grinding longer, sacrificing more. But here's what Hill discovered after 2 decades of research. Hard work alone has never made a single person wealthy. Not once, not in all of recorded history. The people Hill studied didn't just work hard. They did something else, something invisible, something that happened before any action was ever taken. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what that is. The 13-part framework that Hill encoded in Think and Grow Rich. The framework that, once you understand it, you will never unsee. If you've ever worked hard and still felt like you're going nowhere, hit like right now, this one is for you. Before we get into this, I have to tell you something honest. The first time I read Think and Grow Rich, I thought it was another self-help book. Positive thinking, believe in yourself, vision, boards. I almost put it down. But then I hit one line. One sentence that stopped me cold. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill and I, Hillized. Hill wasn't talking about wishful thinking. He was describing a technology, a precise, repeatable, documented system for programming the human mind toward a specific outcome. A system he built by studying 500 people who had already proved it worked. And the deeper I went, the more I understood why 95% of people who read this book never actually changed their financial reality. They read it. They don't work it. Today, we're going to work it. Subscribe right now, because I'm releasing a full deep dive on each of these 13 principles over the next 13 weeks. Miss one, and the chain breaks. Hill didn't just write a book. He reverse engineered the minds of legends. Carnegie, Ford, Edison, Rockefeller, Firestone. He sat across from them. He asked the questions no journalist dared ask. He took notes for 2 decades. And what emerged was a map. 13 principles in a specific order, for a specific reason. Let me walk you through them. The first principle is desire. Not a wish, not a hope. A burning, obsessive, specific desire. Hill watched Carnegie build U.S. Steel from nothing. He watched Ford build the Model T when everyone said it was impossible. And the one thing they shared before any of it happened was a precise mental image of the outcome they wanted. Not, I want to be rich, but I will have this specific amount by this specific date. And here is exactly what I will give in return. That specificity isn't a detail. That specificity is the entire point. A wish is a fog. A desire is a laser. And you cannot build a fortune with fog. The second principle is faith. And before you roll your eyes, hear me out. Hill wasn't talking about religion. He wasn't talking about blind optimism. He was describing something neurological. When you vividly and repeatedly imagine an outcome, your brain doesn't know the difference between memory and vision. It starts treating the imagined future as a real past, and it begins filtering the world for evidence that confirms it. This is called neuroplasticity, Y dot, and in 1937, Hill described it before neuroscience had a name for it. He was decades ahead. His prescription was simple: write your desire down. Read it aloud every morning and every night dot with emotion, with visualization, with absolute certainty dot. Do this for 30 days without skipping dot, and watch what happens to the way you see the world. The third principle is auto-suggestion. Think of your subconscious mind as a garden. It grows whatever you plant in it. Good seeds, weeds, doesn't matter. It grows what you give it. Most people spend their entire lives planting doubt. I'm terrible with money. I'll never get ahead. People like me don't get lucky. Every one of those is an instruction. Autosuggestion is Hill's method for flipping the process for planting intentionally for feeding your subconscious the exact programming you want it to run Your words are not descriptions of reality. They are the construction of it. The fourth principle is specialized knowledge. Henry Ford had almost no formal education. Andrew Carnegie barely knew how to read when he started. And yet, both became the wealthiest men of their era. How? They didn't know everything. They knew one thing deeper than anyone alive. Ford knew how to build cars efficiently. Carnegie knew how to produce steel at scale. General knowledge fills libraries. Specialized knowledge builds fortunes. The question Hill forces you to ask is brutal. What is the one thing you could know so well, so completely, so deeply, that the world would have no choice but to pay you for it? Drop a comment right now. What's your area of specialized knowledge? Or what do you want it to be? I read every single one. The fifth principle is imagination. Hill made a distinction most people miss. There are two kinds of imagination. Synthetic imagination recombines what already exists. Creative imagination generates what has never existed. Every fortune-changing idea in history came from the second kind. The flash of insight in the shower. The answer that arrives whole, without explanation. The what if no one else dared to ask. Hill believed this wasn't luck. It was a skill, cultivated through stillness, openness, and attention. Your next breakthrough isn't in the noise. It's in the quiet. The sixth principle is organized planning. Desire without a plan is just daydreaming. With extra steps, Hill was ruthless about this. He didn't just say, make a plan. He said make a plan with other people. He called it the mastermind. A small group of people whose skills complement yours. Who meet regularly, who work in harmony toward a single shared purpose. Because Hill noticed something fascinating. Every great fortune in history was built with help. Not alone. Never alone. And he had one more insight about failure. Will change the way you see every setback you've ever had. He refused to call it defeat. He called it temporary defeat, because every single person he studied had failed catastrophically before they succeeded. The ones who won weren't the ones who never fell. They were the ones who refused to stay down. The seventh principle is decision. This one will sting. Hill found that every millionaire he interviewed made decisions fast. And changed them slowly, while the people who stayed broke decided slowly and changed their minds constantly. Indecision is not safety. It is the most expensive habit you own. Every day you don't decide days a day. Opportunity ages. The most dangerous words in the English language are I tried and failed. They're I'll start next Monday. If this is landing for you, share this video right now. Someone in your life is stuck because no one told them this. Be the one who does. The eighth principle is persistence. Hill called persistence the direct result of habit, not personality, not willpower. Habit. Which means it can be built. By anyone, including you. but persistence without direction is just stubbornness. What fuels real persistence is a burning desire attached to a specific purpose. When you know exactly what you want and exactly why you want it, obstacles stop feeling like walls. They start feeling like detours. Hill's diagnostic for fading persistence was simple. If you find yourself wishing instead of planning, and planning instead of doing, your desire has gone cold. Refuel it. Napoleon Hill, reconnect with your why. Regularly, out loud. Because here's the truth, Hill, documented over and over again. Most people quit at the exact moment they are closest to the breakthrough. Not because the goal is impossible, because the discomfort told them it was, and they listened. Don't be that person. The 9th principle is the mastermind. 2. Minds in harmony don't just add together, they multiply. Hill described it as an invisible third. Intelligence forms between two people working toward the same purpose in genuine harmony. Notice the word harmony. Not agreement. Proximity. Harmony. A room full of brilliant people in conflict produces nothing. A small circle of aligned people produces something the world has never seen before. Look at your inner circle. Do they challenge you, or do they comfort you? Do they hold you accountable, or do they give you permission to stay small? Your network is not a social asset. It is a cognitive environment. Protect it like your life depends on it, because your financial life does. The 10th principle is the transmutation of energy. This is the chapter most people skip, or skim. Or misunderstand, but it might be the most powerful one. Hill's observation was this: the most successful people he studied shared an unusually high level of creative energy. And all of them had learned, consciously or not, to channel their most intense emotions into their work. What psychology today calls sublimation, the redirection of raw energy into refined output. The point isn't the specifics. The point is what it reveals. Your emotions are not problems to manage. They are fuel to direct. How you direct them determines what you build. The 11th principle is the subconscious mind. Here is something that will unsettle you. Right now, this exact moment, your subconscious is working. Processing, filtering. Building. And it is building based on the instructions you've been giving it your entire life. Every fear you repeated became a filter. Every limiting belief you rehearsed became a lens. Every time you told yourself a story about who you are, your subconscious took notes. Your current results are the perfect reflection of your habitual thinking. That's the terrifying part. The liberating part? You can change the instructions. Deliberately. Consistently. Starting today. Turn on notifications right now. I'm releasing a deep dive on every single one of these 13 principles over the next 13 weeks. Each video builds on the last. The 12th principle is the brain. In 1937, Hill wrote something that neuroscientists would spend the next 50 years catching up to. He said the brain was a broadcasting and receiving station. That intense emotion, combined with clear thought, could transmit intention and attract matching intelligence from the world around it. Call it metaphysics. Call it neuroplasticity. Call it whatever you want. The practical conclusion is the same. Your emotional state is not separate from your results. It is the engine of them. Manage it with precision. Protect it from noise. Feed it with intention. The 13th principle is the 6th. Sense. Hill saved this for last. Not because it was the most important, but because he knew it could only be understood by someone who had practiced the other 12. He called it the apex of the philosophy. The point at which the subconscious becomes so finely tuned, so practiced, and so deliberate that it begins receiving guidance that cannot be explained by logic alone. what we might today call flow. Deep intuition, the answer that arrives whole. Every great entrepreneur has felt it. Every great artist knows it. Every great scientist has experienced it. Hill's claim was not that it was a gift. His claim was that it was earned through practice, through discipline, through the deliberate application. Of the first 12 principles subtle, the mind becomes, in his words, an instrument of precision. Napoleon Hill stopped for a second, because I need to give you something that most people completely miss when they read this book. Something Hill never said out loud, but buried inside. Every single one of those 13 principles. They read it as a money book. It is not a money book. Think and Grow Rich is a book about the mind. Hill's deepest discovery, woven through all 13 principles, is this: the outer world is always a reflection of the inner world. Always, not sometimes, not when conditions are right. Always. Your income is a reflection of the value you've convinced yourself you're capable of delivering. Your relationships are a reflection of the worth you've assigned yourself. Your opportunities are a reflection of the problems your mind has trained itself to see. If you want to change any of those outcomes, you don't start with actions. You start with the belief system generating those actions. This is not philosophy. This is engineering. Carnegie wasn't a genius. Ford wasn't lucky. Edison wasn't born different from you. They were deliberate. They engineered their minds the way an architect engineers a building. With a blueprint. With precision, with intention. That blueprint exists. You're holding it right now. The question is whether you'll actually use it, because most people won't. They'll feel the weight of this for a few hours, maybe a day, and then life comes back. The inbox fills up. The routine pulls them under, and this framework becomes just another interesting thing they once watched. Don't let that be you. I don't want you to leave this video inspired and unchanged. Inspiration without action is just entertainment. So here's what we're going to do. 7 days. 1 principle per day. 1 action per principle. Day 1. Write your desire. Not a wish. A specific amount. A specific deadline. A specific exchange. 1 paragraph. Handwritten. Today. Day. 2. Write your faith statement. Present tense. Emotionally charged. 1 paragraph. Read it aloud tonight before you sleep. And tomorrow, when you wake. Day 3. Identify your specialized knowledge. 1 skill that, deepened by 20%, would dramatically change what the world pays you. Schedule 1 hour of deliberate practice. Day 4. Audit your inner circle. 5 people. 1 word each. Empowers or drains. Make 1 decision based on what you find. Day 5. Build your organized plan. 3 actions that, if completed this week, would move you meaningfully closer to your desire. Put them in your calendar. Protect them. Day 6. Make the decision you've been postponing. The one you've been circling for weeks. Not tomorrow. Today. Day 7. Reread day 1. Has your belief grown? Has your emotional intensity deepened? Write down your reflection. This becomes your baseline, the version of you that existed before you knew what you now know. Screenshot this challenge and comments with #HillChallenge. I will personally respond to as many as I can, and I'll feature the best stories in a future video. Napoleon Hill spent 20 years on a mission. Didn't fully understand when he accepted it. Carnegie gave him no money. No guarantees. No salary. Just a challenge. Find the secret. Teach it to the world. And Hill did exactly that. In 1937, he published Think and Grow Rich, a book that has since sold over 100 million copies. A book that influenced Warren Buffett Oprah Winfrey, Tony Robbins, virtually every significant figure in modern wealth creation. People who came from nothing. People who had no connections. No money. No roadmap. And yet, they all read the same book. They didn't just read it once. They didn't just underline the good parts. They applied it, principle by principle. Day after day, until it stopped being a framework they followed and became a way of thinking they lived inside. That's what's available to you today. Not inspiration. Transformation. But here's what nobody tells you. The book only works if you work it. You can read it 10 times. You can underline every sentence. You can share it with every person you know. And feel inspired for a day. But none of that changes anything. What changes things is this: deliberate practice, consistent application. Day after day after day, until the principles stop being ideas and start being instincts. Until the desire stops being a wish and becomes a certainty. Until the sixth sense stops being a mystery and becomes a compass. That place is not reserved for the chosen. It is not locked behind privilege or luck or talent. It is built brick by brick, principle by principle. Starting with one thing, starting today. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill. If this video gave you one real insight, subscribe, share it, and leave a comment below. It takes 10 seconds. It tells me to keep making content like this. And it might be the most important thing you do today. If you want to go deeper on any one of these 13 principles, I've built a full playlist. The link is on screen right now. Each video is one principle. Each one builds on the last. Together they form the most complete Napoleon Hill breakdown you will find anywhere. And if you're serious about building wealth from the inside out, watch this video next. It will reframe everything you think you know about money. I'll see you there.